Pakistan, which has been for years sponsoring and aiding terror organizations on its soil, has now been forced to kneel down in front of the international community. Following the sham arrest of terror leaders Zakir Rahman Lakhvi and Hafiz Saeed, who plotted and supervised the 26/11 Mumbai terror attack, this week Pakistan's so-called anti-terrorism court indicted 3 close aides of Hafiz Saeed on terror financing charges. The move seems nothing but just an exercise to hoodwink the international community in order to avoid the wrath of FATF and escape the economic sanctions from various foreign financing institutions and countries allied with Pakistan. A report.
Pakistan, for decades, has been sponsoring and aiding terror organizations on its soil, which are responsible for a large number of terrorist attacks in the entire world, especially India. However, with the huge pressure from the international community building up, Pakistan has been compelled to take actions against these terrorists. In the recent development, an anti-terrorism court in Pakistan indicted 3 top leaders of Jamaat-ud-Dawa and close aides of the 2008 Mumbai terror attack mastermind Hafiz Saeed in a terror financing case. All 3 accused were sentenced to 6 months in prison. Saeed's brother-in-law Hafiz Abdur Rahman Makki, Zafar Iqbal, and outfit's media face Yahya Mujahid were handed down the 6-month imprisonment each by the anti-terrorism court Lahore.
This is Pakistan's ploy to hoodwink FATF. They know that the meeting is coming up in February, and in that meeting they would try their best not to get into blacklist and, if possible, get out of the grey list as well. Now, blacklist they will be able to avoid because they need just 3 votes to be out of blacklist, which they will get, whether it is China, Turkey and Malaysia. But getting out of grey list, I think that is their effort.
Whenever international pressure builds up, Islamabad comes up with a few announcements of arrests of terrorists operating from its soil. No wonder that Punjab State's counter-terrorism department suddenly woke up to the presence of Zakir Rahman Lakhvi, Lashkar-e-Taiba operations commander and the mastermind of the Mumbai 26/11 massacre, who was roaming around freely, and ordered his arrest at the beginning of this year. Earlier, Pakistan's so-called anti-terrorism court sentenced Jamaat-ud-Dawa chief Hafiz Saeed for collective imprisonment of 36 years on 5 terror finance charges. And later this month, an arrest warrant against UN-designated global terrorist and Jaish-e-Mohammed's chief Masood Azhar was issued in a terror financing case. However, no arrest has been made so far.
He has been conviction for money laundering and not for Mumbai terror attacks. Same is the case with the other terrorists. The aim is very simple. They make a sham arrest, they make a sham conviction, and with that conviction, they try and give, these are light charges, they are not such grave charges. So with that, they will be able to perhaps appeal to the next court immediately after the FATF meeting is over, and once they have avoided the FATF punishment, then they'll appeal and then they will get all of them acquitted, and then it will be business as usual.
Even in the most blatant cases, the Pakistani system does not seem interested in punishing the guilty, but acts solely to mislead the international community. The order by the Sindh High Court to release Ahmad Umar Saeed Sheikh and 3 accomplices, all convicted for the murder of American journalist Daniel Pearl, illustrates the apathy of the judicial system. These terror leaders are created and nurtured by the all-powerful Pakistani military. Hence, neither the civilian administration nor the Pakistani judiciary has the guts to override the Rawalpindi elite.
In Pakistan, you will find that the judiciary will initially convict these terrorists, and subsequently the upper court is going to release them. The point is very simple. When it is a duration when the FATF meeting is about to happen, then these convictions will take place, and thereafter they will appeal and they will be released. Judiciary is totally compromised. They are under the influence of Pakistan Army.
However, several reports have claimed that Pakistan, which is in FATF's grey list since 2018, might be pushed into its blacklist next month as it continues to finance and shelter terror organizations. In June 2018, Pakistan was put on the grey list for terror financing. It was given 2 years to clean up its act and 27 action points to deliver. The deadline passed this year. In October 2020, a review was conducted and Pakistan failed. Pakistan was set to be blacklisted, but it did not happen. It was saved again and given another extension. Now it has time till February 2021. This repeated story has also raised questions over FATF's credibility, for it has proven toothless against a terror state.